What is going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new week of streams here on DSP Gaming. And on today's return show, we got to talk about how successful Friday was and how this may affect the future schedule. But in addition, we have got an action packed week full of new release content balanced with continuing successful playthroughs. I'm obviously very excited for this. And so today we will talk about the week that's coming. Plus, of course, we've got rewards for goals being hit right around the corner. We have to start talking about the next one. And I've got an idea for the next big milestone at 100 goals hit. All of this and more on today's very exciting week beginning episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Oh!
And so, an epic new week of streams begins here on DSP Gaming. How are you all? I hope you're doing well. I'm obviously DSP. It's Sunday, May 11th, 2025. I'm in a good mood. I'm pumped. First off, happy Mother's Day. To anyone out there who is a mom, congratulations. Thanks for what you do, and I hope you have a great day. If you have a mom who's still around, be sure to say hello to her today. If you haven't already, I actually called my mom yesterday and had a really nice long discussion with her on my day off. So no Mother's Day stuff for me today. I already kind of had it yesterday. But be sure to say hello to your mom today. She will appreciate it. All right. If not, hey, if you could spend time with your mom in real life, go ahead and do that. So, welcome to a 6-day streaming week. And it is a very exciting streaming week, everybody. It is. New stuff, double new games this week. 2, not 1, but 2 new games. I'm excited for both of these new games. I hope they both pan out to be successes when it comes to not only the games themselves, but also the content that I will make with them. You never know these days. You really don't. You never know if a game's going to turn out to be a success or not. I guess we'll see as we move forward over the course of the week. One is a question mark simply because, as you know, Doom has been ups and downs for me. I like classic Doom. I think classic Doom is great. Okay? It's a staple. It created an entire style and genre of gameplay and made it mainstream back in the day in the 90s, right? Doom 2016 sought to redo that, re-bring it to the mainstream, back to modernization. It was a cool combination of new gameplay aspects, but kind of also having homage to the old stuff. But then the last Doom game, Doom Eternal, I feel went off the deep end. It took the lore of Doom and turned it into some kind of like sugar rush fueled fan fiction written by like some 13-year-old who is trying to make their own personal comic book story out of it or something. I don't know. Plus, the gameplay ended up becoming more about this weird kind of first deal damage, then get armor pieces, then get health, then build up your adrenaline, then get ammo, then get this again, then get that. And it's just this weird circle and cycle, and I just didn't understand it. It was very confusing to me. Personally, I didn't hate the game, but I really didn't like it compared to Doom 2016. The reports are that Doom the Dark Ages supposedly is somewhere in the middle. It's not 100% constant adrenaline-fueled action like Eternal was, but it also isn't 100% more narrative-based or horror style. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. Someone actually told me the other day, yeah, are you aware that there's parrying in the game? You can parry colored projectiles. And I was like, it may be a different story this time around because instead of playing it on gamepad, I'm playing it on keyboard and mouse on my gaming PC. So that's the first time in a long time I'm actually playing an FPS on the setup for an FPS, right? So maybe that'll add or accentuate the situation. I don't know. Um, but I am excited for that. And then later on in the week, at the end of the week, we have got the launch of Capcom Fighting Collection 2. Capcom Fighting Collection 1 was great for a month or two, and then all the attention fell off because it wasn't cross-platform. It didn't have proper like lobbies and matchmaking. So I feel like Capcom Fighting Collection 2 will be more of the same. This will reinvigorate classic fighting games for a month or two, and then no one will care about it ever again, right? So I guess we'll see how this week goes. But the good news is, even if both games aren't so good, which I hope that's not the case, I do hope they're both good, we'll still have great content because of the other existing playthroughs that we're doing. Notably today, we're continuing on with Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which has been an absolutely great game so far. We just finished Act 1 and are heading into Act 2, and I'm very excited to see how that goes, all right? Act 2 hopefully is better. Some people are saying, yeah, the story actually gets better in Claire Obscure the further in you get, and you're essentially getting out of the intro. Like, wow. So the game has basically had like a 17-hour intro, right? Pretty crazy to think about. So I'm excited for that. Obviously, I've really liked Blueprints, and there will be some more of that this week as now we're heading into kind of the post-game mysteries. And we kind of got a hidden gem because coming off of last week's marathon, we actually had a new game that we tried out called American Truck Simulator. And I said, hey, we'll try it as a late night chill stream on Friday. And it worked. Like, it was very fun. We were very interactive. We had great conversations. And it was kind of fun to drive the truck around. The thing is, I'm only in like the intro of the game. I guess what happens is you can buy your own truck and start your own trucking business. And then it becomes kind of a driving sim, but also like a business sim, which, is cool. So that's good too. So we've got a lot of stuff this week. But the question is, in what order to play stuff, how much to play stuff? Because here's the thing. It's very hard to tell and judge when you don't know if the new games are going to be good or not, right? If Doom is great, then obviously I want to play a lot of Doom this week. But if Doom is kind of mid or not so good, then I probably don't want to play it as much. And I got to determine, well, how much am I going to play this game during the course of the week? I don't really know, right? What about the Capcom Fighting Collection? If it ends up being great with great matchmaking and everyone's playing, it's exciting, then I'll play a lot of it. But if it ends up kind of being laggy and not very good, then you don't want to play as much, right? So that's the thing. It's tough to judge these days. I really wish I could say, oh, yeah, I know this game's going to be a smash hit and we're all going to love it and I can't wait to play the crap out of it. But it could go the other way, too. The good news is because we have so much else going on, it's not a huge deal if one or both of these games ends up being not so good. Now, FYI, there are a couple more new games coming out this month. We've got, in about a little over a week's time, the Onimusha 2 remake, HD upgrade, similar to how we just played Onimusha 1 a couple months ago. So this is the port of Onimusha 2 now for modern PCs and consoles. So I'm excited for that. That's May 23rd. And at the end of the month, we got Elden Ring Night Ring. All right, so we do have more multiple good releases coming out in the month of May that I'm excited for. Keep in mind, oh my lord, that first week of June is insane. The first week of June, we got the Switch 2 launch with Mario Kart World, if I can get a Switch 2. We've got Elena coming out in Street Fighter 6 and the big Street Fighter 6 rebalance. We got Summer Game Fest. We've got Xbox Game Showcase. And then we got Mind's Eye right after that. So we've got a crazy early June that's going to be really, really busy for gaming and for content, okay? So, good stuff, right? Good stuff coming up. And we're going to talk about all of that in a moment. We'll talk about the schedule and the like. But before we get to that, I apparently have a lot of shout-outs to do already. So let's get to it, shall we? Remember, we're currently at 57 out of 60 goals hit. When we hit 60 support goals, it's time for DSP Tries It, Wingstop, for the very first time. I've literally never eaten at Wingstop in my life. So we'll order maybe a variety of things from the menu, maybe like 2, 3 kinds of wings and a side, and taste them all and see what they're like. Okay? All right, cool. So let's get started. We actually have the Red King is our first contributor of the morning, $5 super chat. Happy Mother's Day to Cat King. Well, thank you. She's a cat mom, essentially. So, not exactly what most people celebrate on today, but yes, thank you for that sentiment and thank you for the support there, Red King. Thomas Andreas did a 50 SEK super chat. Now, I'm not one for currency conversions, Let me try to see if I can figure this out. I'm of the impression that SEK is not worth much at all. It's a Swedish krona. Okay. And so 50 would be, it's $5.15. Thank you. Never mind. I was thinking a different one. There must be a different one that's worth way less than that, actually, because this actually is our biggest super chat of the day. So this is from Thomas. I've never heard of a krona before, actually. Huh. All right, $5.15. Thank you, Thomas. And Thomas says, first time here. I hope that everyone is having a great day. Thank you, Thomas, for your support. Welcome. We're going to have a chill time here on the show today. We're going to have a lot of interaction today because once we get through the schedule and talking about Friday and, upcoming reward tiers and things like that, I'm going to have a big Q&A segment. So, be prepared for that. And then we're going to have some more Claire Obscure, which I can't wait for after the podcast. So good stuff coming. Thank you so much. All right. It means crowns, so Swedish crowns. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Swedish crowns. They're called. All right. Let's see here. I received holy macaroni, ladies and gentlemen, a $100 tip. Yes, right off the bat today. I just received a ginormous contribution. Allow me to play the animation and then we'll take a look at it. Here it is. I haven't played the $100 tip animation in a while. Thank you for the support today. Thank you for the support. Oh, yeah. I mean, now we're almost to the goal. Holy moly, right? $100. So I'm just going to read it word for word. Watching your GTA playthroughs. Also, I love Deadly Premonition, the first one. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, so you're watching some of the good throwback stuff from over the years. A lot of the times people say, well, if I was just to start watching DSP, what should I watch, right? Well, here's the thing. If you understand that a lot of my older playthroughs are not meant to be like, oh, I'm trying my absolute hardest and I'm playing in the ideal situations and things like that. Definitely the original GTA trilogy. I played these I called it like the summer of GTA, right? I think it was like 2012, I want to say. And during that summer, okay, basically, I wanted to do something fun because I used to do these summertime projects and summertime like marathons. And I had done a summer of Batman because there was a Batman movie that had come out one year and a summer of like Spider-Man. So I want to do something different. And people had always said, hey, you never played GTA before, right? And I said, well, the only GTA I've ever played was GTA 4, but I never did a playthrough of it. So they said, why don't you play the classic GTAs? The thing is, back then, they weren't really digitally available on anything. So I ended up playing them on original PS2 via like component cables or composite cables, whatever they were, hooked it to my HD TV, which caused monstrous amounts of input lag. And the games were just really difficult to play. So I played all 3 of them back to back to back over the course of that summer. And those were by far some of the most watched and hilariously viewed playthroughs. Like everyone thought they were absolute home runs. Because here's a guy who's never played these games before, playing these games that everyone knows and loves, sucking ass at them, failing miserably, swearing like a sailor at his failure. Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. I'm really glad you're enjoying those. There's various playthroughs of them over the years that I've done. There's the originals, there's the HD remakes. I've done them all multiple times now, but those classics, man, they will stand the test of time, I'm sure, for entertainment value anyway, certainly not for quality of gameplay. As for Deadly Premonition, yeah, the first time I ever played it, that was like a remake or remaster for PS3. And I really didn't know what the heck I was getting into. What a game. Ooh, what a weird game, what a bizarre game, what a rage-inducing game, but what a fun game as well. Reminds a lot of people of shows like Twin Peaks, actually has, like, ties to the plot of Twin Peaks, which is pretty funny. Um, but yeah, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the stuff. Thank you so much for an incredibly generous contribution to start our week off here on DSP Gaming. Thank you, thank you. All right, and we got another contribution here, a $2 tip. Idea for the next viewer's choice. Voters can only be cast with $5 or more contribution. Helps prevent trolling. Will still be democratic. Well, here's the problem. I don't know how to do that. You might say, well, why don't you make people become members? Well, guess what? People know how to fake memberships and buy 50 of them for 10 cents. Right now, there's like thousands of members on this channel, and most of them, never pay. So I don't really know how to do that. I don't know. How would you make someone pay to nominate it? How do you paywall a nomination? I don't know, you know? Plus, to be honest, I don't want people who only pay to be having a voice in an event like that. The truth is, there will be more viewers' choice events in the future, but we've already done 2 of them this year. And you know what? Good did come out of both of them, despite the fact that drama did this last time, but no one gives a shit. Because as you can see, here I am. I'm still making content. I'm still very successful, and everyone's having a great time. So who gives a shit about the morons who tried to derail my marathon on Wednesday of last week, right? So, for now, we will give viewers' choice a break. In fact, I have come up with a really good idea for the next 100 goal milestone. I think that all of you are really going to like it, but we're not going to talk about it yet. All right. We got a ways to go. We're going to hit our 60 goals within the next day or two. We're probably going to hit 70 goals, probably like this week or early next week. We got a few weeks to talk and plan it. And I already know. Here's the thing. I am going to plan this event. I am going to do it. All right. I'm actually mulling it over. Like, for example, I'm almost thinking, well, I don't want to spoil. I almost spoiled it. Let's not spoil it. Okay. We'll talk about it soon. Anyway. All right. So thank you guys. Early support, outstanding. Dude, we're already at over $100 of support. We're less than 50 away from the goal. Let's crush it and hit the goal right now. Let's hit 58, right? Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. With early support this good, there's a possibility we can hit all the goals today, which means we'll do DSP tries it tomorrow. All right? Good stuff. All right? Okay. Excellent. Now, we have many things to discuss today. Okay? The first thing that I would like to discuss is American Truck Simulator, which we played on Friday night. All right? Because I thought it actually went really well. So here's how it went down. All right? I bought the game for $20 because people had said that there was all these new features in the game. And I was like, well, that's great. I'll buy it then. It's only $20. And if we're going to have a nice stream tonight, it's worth it, right? So I bought the game, and come to find out, some of the features I can't even use. Like, people were like, oh, you can use the radio now. Oh, good. I turn on the radio. It plays all real licensed music. Immediately, the videos all get flagged for music on YouTube and demonetized. So I had to run the music removal tool. All it does is it distorts the video and makes it sound like shit. Luckily, I had only played like a few seconds of music off the radio, and it was only the intro, so it didn't really affect when I was having real discussion with everyone after the fact, thankfully. So good thing that I didn't keep it playing. It would have destroyed the entire thing. Okay? So, yeah, pretty annoying. I wish that there was actually a playlist in the game that's not licensed music, but maybe just like in-game music created for the game. That would be safe, but apparently not. So there's nothing I can really do about that. But I'll say this, all right? It seems pretty well featured if you like driving trucks, right? But we're only in the intro segment, meaning right now we're working for a company, right? And that company basically allows you to drive their own trucks around to do short jobs, and that's it. From what I'm going to understand, once you've done enough of the short jobs and you save up enough money, you can buy your own truck, which lets you start your own company, which lets you customize your truck, and now the real game begins. Right now I'm only be able to do the shorter jobs. Apparently you can do much longer jobs driving across entire states and things like that, which lets you see landmarks and do pretty awesome things. So I got into some trouble. Number one, the first job I decided to do a parking, like to unload the truck at the end of the job, and it was insanely hard because they expected you to back the truck up into this crazy spot, and I didn't know how to do it. It took me like 20 minutes to figure it out. It was pretty funny to watch me get so frustrated. And then at the very end, after having done this for 2 hours, right? I'm at the end of my last job, and we're all like, "Oh, good, it's good." All of a sudden, I lose control of the truck, and it just went crazy. So I don't want to really, spoil, but it was kind of funny because I played the whole night. We were having fun, and it was chill fun with lots of interaction, no real disasters, and all of a sudden, last minute disaster. Now, also, as I was playing the game, I was drinking a couple White Claws. All right. Now, I just want to make things abundantly clear here. Okay. This is not going to be like DSP now is always going to get drunk and stuff on his streams when he's playing certain games. But this particular game, it's kind of a really chill vibe. And it actually makes it feel a little bit more interesting to kind of just have a slight, a little bit of a buzz to be able to hang out and just, it's kind of a relaxing hangback stream, right? It's not a super serious business stream. I'm not looking to, I got ultimate performance when I play it. And it's good to joke about trying to drink with the White Claws and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun. I'm not going to be like, because people are like, when you get contributions, will you take shots? No, 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 no. I only do that during marathons. And that's like once a month, if that. And I want to keep it sparing. I don't want to get into this slippery slope of what other streamers do, or because they see money, all of a sudden they just start doing dangerous things. You're not going to see me drinking regularly on streams or anything like that. But if American Truck Simulator becomes a more regular thing, if we start playing it and people really enjoy it, I might have like a White Claw or two, or maybe I'll get some beer. You know what I mean? Do some light drinking, have a beer or two, a White Claw or two when I play just that game. I think that would be like the one game maybe that we would do that and nothing else. It would only be that. Okay? So just so you know, because people were asking the entire stream, is this going to be how it's going to be all the time or whatever? Like that's basically the only thing that I would think of to do it, okay? And it would be light drinking like that. It wouldn't be me going crazy or anything like that. I wouldn't be drinking hard liquor. No, it would just be some very casualized stuff, all right? A gnat has landed on my key light, and it's very distracting. Hold on one second. All right, crisis averted. I took care of the annoying gnat. Okay, so what about American Truck Simulator? Like, will I be playing it in the rotation regularly? Well, I don't want to do it too often because much like everything, if you do something too often, it doesn't feel special anymore. I would like to do that every once in a while as like a late night chill stream. And I think it works, right? We played it and it worked. So maybe this week we'll do it one more night this coming week and see if it works. I did buy the full game, and I did actually tell everyone that if someone did a $50 contribution, I would play it blindfolded for 5 minutes with the GPS on. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll actually start the next stream. I'll start a job, okay? And basically what I need to do is I need to get to the street because the GPS doesn't help you onto the street. Once I'm on the street, I'll turn on the audio navigation, and then I'll blindfold myself, and I'll try to drive the truck for 5 minutes and see how it goes, all right? So I owe you guys that, so we're definitely going to do another stream of it. Like I said, probably this week. I don't know exactly when. I'm thinking maybe like Thursday night-ish. We'll see. But we'll probably do it once and see how it goes. And then, exactly, it's the McRib strategy, says Fed Roger. That's exactly right. Because what I found is that if I do things too often, then they don't feel special anymore because they're happening too often. And then basically it's not, people don't show up anymore. People don't think it's fun. I want to do it sparingly, so we'll probably do it maybe once this week. Maybe we'll see. Okay. Cool. Okay. So Truck Simulator worked. Maybe we'll do more of it this week. Thanks to those who were there. And I'm definitely going to bring it back at some point. All right. Some shout outs. So Princess Luna did a $5 super sticker of an anthropomorphic Shiba Inu dog punching. And it says, good job. Oh, it's not punching. It's giving a thumbs up. And it says, good job. Well, thank you very much, Princess Luna, for that. Then Princess Luna did a second $5 super chat and said, the truck driving sim was one of the most enjoyable streams that I've caught so far. I'm glad you feel that way because I really liked it. I did. I had a great time with it. And I thought that the fact that it wasn't ultra serious and I could mess around with the parking and screw it up and then crash the truck. It was funny, you know, it was fun to do, not something ultra serious. That's kind of the best stuff, I think, in a lot of cases. You know, some playthroughs need to be ultra serious, others don't. And I think that worked well for the way that it was. Jalen has done a $5 super chat. I just want to contribute to the goal, and I love your streams, Phil. Thank you so much, Jalen. I appreciate that. Wait, we were at 123, right? No, we're at 122, so we are at 127. Okay. Thank you very much, Jalen. Appreciate that. And I got a dollar tip. Let's see here. Big Larry Gaming. Thank you, Big Larry Gaming. He said, Happy Mother's Day. Yes, Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Oh, that's another thing, too. So during the truck driving simulator stream, some people were saying I should get a steering wheel accessory for PC. And, you know, if you buy the good ones, those are the ones they also come with, like the pedals. So you can just drive as if you're driving a real car with the gas and brake and everything. And I said to everyone, I would consider it. But again, only if it becomes a regular thing that people show up for and will engage in support with. Right now, we've done one stream, so I'm not ready to invest that much in it yet. You know, take a look at what happened with the Legos, right? After a very successful series of Lego streams, 3 streams, where everyone supported them, I went ahead and I bought another Lego set for my birthday marathon, and then I bought another Lego set for the month of, you know, April, and we ended up doing multiple Legos as a result. So if I do a few of these streams and they're going well, then maybe I would look into, say, a steering wheel and a you know, gas pedal accessory that I could use to play them, because I think it would be cool. I could actually then think about this. I could have my beer, my White Claw in my left hand while I'm driving with my right hand like this, which is what the real truckers do, right? I can feel like a real trucker. Cool. All right. Very good. All right. I know that you could use the wheel in other games too, but the thing is, I so rarely play any driving games, right? That I probably would not really use it for much at all. So I know it depends on the steering wheel, because people were telling me during the stream a good steering wheel and pedal set can cost you hundreds of dollars, and I'm like, well, if I want to invest that much, let's see how the streams do. Let's see if I keep doing it, you know, how much I want to put into it. I'd be down for it if other people were into it too. You know, we'll have to see how it goes. Well, that's the thing too. Like, for them to understand, we're just in the intro segment of the game. We haven't gotten to where you're doing long drives where you have to stop at rest stops to recuperate at night. You have to fill the gas back up in the truck. We haven't done any of that yet. And that is something that you have to do later on. So that might make the game a lot more interesting and realistic, right? Okay. Well, there you go. Commotion says, yeah, the truck sim reminds me of the flight sim streams. Those are some of my favorites. And you remember, flight sim lasted a while. Flight sim we were doing regularly, though, right? We were doing it once or sometimes even twice a week, and it lasted like a month and a half. So again, you know, if you do it as every once in a while rather than constant, makes it feel more special, right? And that's why I don't want to go too crazy with it. So, okay. If a Cowboy fan, to answer your question, no, I actually didn't even open up my X account yesterday for much at all, besides just checking some game news for today. I literally didn't read DMs yet. It has nothing to do with you. It's everyone. I mean, there's a bunch of DMs in there apparently that are popping up. I haven't even read them yet. I'll get around to it. It's just I've been very busy. You know, I apologize. I actually had a nice day yesterday with my wife. We relaxed quite a lot, which was nice. She actually started playing Mass Effect 1 from the remastered trilogy again, because there's like nothing to play. She's been trying to play various games and none of them are really resonating. She tried Trials of Mana. She didn't like that. She was playing this fishing game. She didn't like that. Basically, there's like nothing going on. She's very disappointed because she was hoping that a lot of the games that had been announced that were coming out this year would have been the ones that resonated with her, and she tried a few of them and didn't really like them. So, you know, and for her, Assassin's Creed Shadows really sucks because she loves Assassin's Creed, but she just hates this game. You know, all these modern Assassin's Creeds are just not very good. So she skipped it. And now she really has nothing to do. So we actually were just relaxing while she played some some Mass Effect yesterday. So anyway, and no, see, Claire Obscure would have been her kind of game, except she prefers the more laid back strategic turn-based style, that game has active dodging, active parrying, and she's not into that. She doesn't like to have the time, like quick time button presses and stuff. So yeah, that's why she's not playing it. 'Cause at first she thought she might, but then when we found out it had all that, she's like, oh, I don't want to play it then. So, and Jalen, thank you for re-upping your membership. He says, are you going to try out Dune Awakening? I don't even know what that is. What's Dune Awakening? Never heard of it. If it's a game, probably not. I don't know what that is and probably don't have interest. I haven't seen any of the Dune movies, so I don't know why I would play Dune Awakening. Okay. I received a $22 tip. This person says, I'm the person who donated the $100. I can't believe how Rockstar literally took out songs from GTA 4. Orwellian. Yeah, that's right. They did, right? Like they had it in there, and then after over time, they lost the license. So they went back and digitally removed the songs. And it's unbelievable how licensed music is a stranglehold on streaming. It is ridiculous. You have no clue. So I'm playing Truck Simulator. People like, try the radio. I played the radio, and within like 10 seconds, I realized this is a licensed song. I turned it off, claimed and removed and demonetized, and blocked worldwide in many countries. So I get the option, do you want to try to remove the song, mute that part of the video? I'm like, wait, what? It's like 10 fucking seconds of one random licensed song, and you're blocking my video worldwide. It's insane how YouTube does this shit. It's just a fucking joke. I mean, I'm sorry for swearing like this, but it pisses me off that, like, corporations have a stranglehold on culture and content creation. 10 seconds of your song was used inadvertently in a gameplay video, and you think you own the video and can block it worldwide, huh? Continuing on, they're saying, what an absolute joke this system of intellectual monopoly is. Whatever happened to fair use? Oh, there is no fair use on YouTube. 1,000,000%. There is no fair use on YouTube at all. It should be, but what YouTube does is they just want to be sure that they don't get sued. And that's all. So they actually literally have their entire site abusing copyright law. 100%. It's frivolously used daily, thousands upon thousands of times, but it just makes sure that they stay out of court. As long as they are frivolously enforcing this copyright nonsense, they don't get sued. So to them, they would much rather actually commit tons of crimes a day because they know no one will ever take them to task for them than actually legitimately get sued by someone for not upholding copyright law, which did happen at one point. Admittedly, over a decade ago, a bunch of the music companies got together and did sue YouTube, saying that their entire music libraries could be found on YouTube for free, and it's not right. So that's when YouTube started enforcing all of this with AI. But the problem is it's just not enforced properly. You can either not enforce it at all, which is what they were doing at first, or you can enforce it properly, but YouTube takes the easy way out. No, we're lazy. So we're just going to code something to blanket everything. And then everyone gets hit, and then everyone has to clean it up, and we don't care. That's how they act. So, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's what I mean. Like, people say, well, why don't you play music on your streams and stuff? Even license-free music, people don't even understand what that means. License-free doesn't mean you can use it on YouTube. License-free just means you can use it and don't have to pay a fee. But guess what happens when you use that music on YouTube? Your video gets claimed, blocked, muted. It does. So you just still can't use it. That's why I don't have it. Phil, your Lego streams were boring because there was no music. Okay, would you like to provide me with a soundtrack that I can play on YouTube that won't get claimed or blocked? Because I can't find one. Anytime you use any music, you get screwed. Look at the music I play on my own streams. It's remixes from my own videos from 10 years ago. Because at least that, and by the way, sometimes those get claimed. I'm not kidding you. Remember the Sonic song I used to have in the intros? Remember the Hobos and Dogs song I used to have in the intros? YouTube claims them now. So now I can't ever play my own music ever again because YouTube erroneously claims those videos. I'm not kidding you. Anyway, thank you so much, Anonymous Tipper. Another $22 of support. And with that, we have hit our first support goal of the day. So now we are up to 58 out of 60 goals hit, only 2 goals away from DSP Tries It Wingstop for the very first time. Since we're so close, we should start talking about what's the next reward because we're going to hit this likely within the next day, and then we need to start working towards the next one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to celebrate here on the Level 1 podcast. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love for a living. Despite the fact that sometimes I wear undershirts that are longer than the overshirts I'm wearing over them, and it's such a huge fashion faux pas that people tend to hyper focus and fixate on it, I'm still here, having fun, doing what I love, making positive content, and being able to have a great life thanks to you. So thank you all for your generosity and your support. Why am I on this screen? I don't know. I clicked the wrong button. Okay. All right. We are at 58 out of 60. We still have an entire podcast to do and gameplay. There's definitely a possibility that we can hit 2 goals on this stream. So if we get to 300, we get to 59, and that would mean likely probably by tomorrow we're doing DSP tries it. We'll have to see. Okay? Good stuff there. In fact, another contribution just came in. Excuse me. Oh, it's troll, so never mind. It really fascinates me that, excuse me. Had a frog in my throat. It really fascinates me that even in 2025, people are so dumb that people still to this day, okay, contribute to try to say dumb shit. I don't read it anymore. I literally don't read troll contributions. I keep your money, but I don't read your message. So why bother? But they still do it. I mean, that's how dense these idiots are. Anyway, Commotion says you can select in OBS to have music on your stream and not on the video on demands. Yeah, but there's a problem with that, Commotion. The streams get flagged and blocked. Just ask anyone who used to watch my DSP versus the internet show. Whenever, YouTube detects any kind of like audio that matches copyright, you get a pop-up message that says, if you continue with this heinous, egregious action of playing this copywritten content, we're shutting your stream down. So I could try to play a song, and if YouTube detects it, the whole stream gets blocked. And then I have to stop playing it for 3 to 5 minutes, and then YouTube lets me play the stream again. So even though what you're saying makes sense, it doesn't actually work. It's not just about the on-demand video. It's about the streams as well, okay? Okay. Okay. If a Cowboy fan says so, Atlas games are safe to play with their awesome music tracks. To my knowledge, Atlas doesn't claim the music. Atlas claims everything else, though. If it's a new game, they'll claim you for saying, oh, you put a cutscene in your video. It's like, yeah, it's a video game. It has cutscenes. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to turn the camera off when a cutscene plays, but Atlas can be pretty anal about that stuff. I don't know why. Okay. Continuing on. So, let's talk about today and the coming week, all right? And let's talk about the schedule and the games coming up. And then what I want to talk about is the next goal after this Wingstop goal. And then I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming 100 goals milestone. And then we'll just do some Q&A for the rest of the show, okay? All right. So this week is going to be a fun week. And FYI, whenever I do the schedule, it's always tentative because it could change on the fly. And this one very well might as well. So today, we're doing more Clear Obscure Expedition 33 right after this podcast, which I'm very excited for. The game is great. We just finished Act 1, so obviously we're about to have some huge plot developments and obviously new gameplay. We're heading to like a new area for Act 2. I can't wait to see what happens. So I hope you'll stick around for that after the podcast ends. Late stream tonight is more Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's going to be our only Black Ops 6 stream for the week. I figure let's do it early so that way when the new releases hit, we can focus on them. What am I doing in Black Ops 6 tonight? No clue. We'll see where the night takes us. You know, every time that we play, I ask you guys what you want, and sometimes I'll do things based on your requests. Likely that's what we'll do tonight. Of course, there's daily challenges as well. So, good stuff. Can't wait for that tonight. So, tomorrow, wow, everything's in the wrong spot. Well, actually, let me think about this. For Claire Obscure, I do put the camera reversed in this spot, don't I? So, I could just leave it like this for Claire Obscure. Right? Or do I put it up higher? Well, let me turn this one off because this is obviously wrong. I'm trying to remember what I do for Claire Obscure. I think I might raise the camera a little bit. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm actually reversed, so I have to use the other hand to point to this. The schedule this week is a little all over the place. Reason being, we don't know how good the new releases are going to be. If Doom the Dark Ages is great, we're probably going to want to play more of it. If Doom the Dark Ages is kind of or it's not very good, we're probably not going to want to play as much. So here's what we've got. Tomorrow, Monday, I will have a daytime stream of Blueprints. And let me tell you, if you tuned into my last couple of streams, the game has really picked up. Now, we have whole new mysteries that we're trying to solve based on a chess puzzle and also trying to get into the underground reservoir to see where it takes us. It might take us into a whole new hidden area. All right, so we have two big puzzles we're trying to solve. I'm excited to have that tomorrow on the main stream. Tomorrow night is the premiere of Doom the Dark Ages. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute, what? Why are you playing it on Monday night? I thought it doesn't come out till the Thursday, the 15th. First of all, that's actually not true. For everyone, it comes out late on the 14th, May 14th. It actually comes out 5 p.m. Pacific time. But I bought the Advanced Collector's Edition Super Digital Deluxe. It was 30 extra bucks, 31 extra bucks. So now I get access early, and I'm going to get the DLC for later on if we like it. So we're going to play it Monday night on the late stream, and we're going to see if I like it. We're going to play more of it as the day stream on Tuesday, and hopefully between those two streams, which will be a good solid 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, we'll have decided if this is something that we really like and want a lot of, or if we want a little less. We're not sure. Okay, then we're going to have my chill Minecraft Java night on Tuesday night. Whether or not I'll have time to add more mods by then, I'm not sure, but we'll see. Wednesday, Claire Obscure will continue as the daytime stream. And then Wednesday night, I have another slot for Doom the Dark Ages, okay? Now, Thursday is going to be directly dependent on how much we liked Doom. If we really liked Doom, then we'll do another stream of it, in which case Blueprints will only have one stream this week. But maybe we didn't like it as much, right? And maybe we don't want to play it so often. And if that's the case, then instead we'll do another Blueprint stream on Thursday. Thursday night is when I'm planning to do American Truck Simulator for the second time and see how it goes. And then Friday is the premiere of Capcom Fighting Collection 2, featuring Capcom vs. SNK 2 and Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. What is it called? Street Fighter Alpha 3? I think it's called Upper or something like that. So it's two fighting games I'm very interested in. And then it also has other ones like Power Stone and Capcom Fighting Jam in it that I'm not interested in as much, but I may still give a whirl, okay? Now, depending on how that stream goes, if it goes really well, then I'd consider playing it even more that day. Like play a whole lot. Excuse me. Gonna tickle in my throat. Playing a whole lot of old school fighters that day, I'd be down to do it all day. But I don't know if it's gonna work. It very well could be that we'll play it and, you know, people like it, but only one stream is enough. And if that's the case, then maybe we'll do more Doom on Friday night, right? Or maybe we'll do something else. But let's see. I would love to play fighting games all day long, but we have to see how well the collection does and if people show up and engage and support with it. Okay? Cool. So that is the schedule for the week. Now, keep in mind what I told you. Next Friday is the release of Onimusha 2. So what you can expect next week would be more of a balance of these existing games, hopefully getting further into certain ones. I don't know how long Doom the Dark Ages is, but depending on how much we obviously play this week, will determine how much more to go. You know, I think the last Doom game was what, like 15 hours long? Something like that? I'm trying to remember exactly how long it was, because I don't remember. But we'll see. Depending on how long it is and stuff like that. And again, how much are we going to play it? Are we going to play a lot of it? Are we not going to like it? You know, how often are we going to play Capcom Fighting Collection? Will that be more often or only maybe once a week? You know, we'll figure all this out next week until Onimusha 2 comes out. Okay? Cool. All right. So that's the schedule. That's what's going on. Now, we've already determined that at 60 goals hit, it's going to be DSP tries it Wingstop for the very first time. Never had it. We already looked at some of the wings. I said I'll probably get maybe like some boneless wings, some bone-in wings. I'll try various different sauces and sides, so something like that, okay? Now, what should we do for the next DSP tries it? It's a valid question, because from what we know, various different places have different things right now, and I'm not sure what you guys would like for the next DSP Tries It. There's been some different things discussed. One of which, if you can believe it, has been Subway. Because I've never had Subway for DSP Tries It before. I've talked about Subway many times over the years, not in a very good light. Usually when I talk about Subway, I talk about how I don't like it. I think it's way overpriced and just not very good. But I also haven't had Subway now. And I mean, the last time I bought it was 2017. I'm not kidding. So I don't know if Subway would be any good at this point. It's been 8 years. Okay. Um, exactly. I might as well make a bologna sandwich at home, and I could because I have bologna. You see? Um, so what else? I don't know. What else do you guys think would be a good idea for DSP Tries It? We know that currently McDonald's has these chicken tenders. Wendy's has a crispy, spicy chicken sandwich with a frosty and a special lemonade. Um, you guys usually tell me of all the new stuff that's going on in food. And these are the ones that I've heard of. Do you guys know of any others that you would be interested? Or do you know of any like chains or things that you'd be interested in seeing me try that I've never tried before? Okay. I would love to hear that. Now, someone had made the suggestion, which again, I don't even know if this is serious or not. All right. If you want me to try this coffee brand coffee, which I think is the Quarterings coffee. Let me see here. The best coffee brand in the US. No themes and no gimmicks, no grandstand, just simply the highest quality coffee you'll find. Freshly brewed, expertly roasted. Don't wait, order the best coffee in the US today. Wow. Now on Amazon. Really? Over 3,100 plus reviews. He's been selling it for a long time, right? Like some of these reviews are from 2021. I wonder how expensive it is. I mean, it's expensive for sure, but damn, what are these flavors? Butterscotch toffee, cherry cordial, tangerine coffee? Is it real? Like, is it his brand? Or is it just he's drop shipping some other company? I wonder. Blueberry cobbler? Like, the flavors are fascinating. And I wonder if they're any good. What it There's a weird glitch on the site that when I hover over something, it keeps saying sold out. But, like, let's say, for example, oh, he only has these 8 kinds? Oh, he only has 7 kinds. He's got medium roast, dark roast, uh, blueberry cobbler, butterscotch toffee, cherry cordial, tangerine, and what is this one? Strawberries and cream? Like, I'd be fascinated to try these because I've never heard of these flavors. Strawberries and cream coffee? But here's the thing, if I do this, here's what I would do, right? I would probably get 2 or 3 kinds. I would brew the, like, 3 cups, bring them in here, and do, like, a side-by-side taste testing, right? But would you guys care that much about it? Are you legit gonna care if I were to do a triple taste testing of this coffee? Yeah, there's some weird glitch that keeps saying sold out when you hover over, but then when you click on it, it's not sold out. Huh. Oh, I know we have tons of coffee. Is it really? People are saying this is drop shipped. So it's not like, so he basically doesn't have any involvement in it at all, is what you're saying? So who's the real supplier then? Who's the real manufacturer of the coffee? If it, if he doesn't, I thought he owned the company. I guess not. And by the way, what's funny is you guys are saying shilled. On what planet do I ever shill anything on DSP Tries It? You do realize that I'm honest when I do the show, and I've many, many times told you guys that's not very good, right? So if I were to try this coffee and I feel like it's not very good, I'm going to tell you that. And it's very expensive. For example, I use a K-cup brewer, and my K-cup brewer uses the little cups. This is $18 for a 12-pack. That's way expensive. Right now at the store, the ones that I buy typically are around 10 or cheaper. So this is like a double charge. But if it tastes good, I'll tell you. You know? No one cares about coffee. So here you go. We had people last week screaming about I should do a coffee DSP Tries It with coffee brand coffee, because I think it would be fascinating to see a content creator review another content creator's like product, right? Now I finally propose it and I say, oh, let's do it. And everyone's like, oh, we don't want that. So then we're doing a regular DSP Tries It then. So do you see my point? People scream and say, we don't want the fast food DSP Tries It. We think that the fast food DSP Tries It's a bad idea. We don't like it. And I say, okay, well, instead of the fast food DSP Tries It, let's do other things. People, oh, let's do coffee. Okay, let's do it. And I was looking, oh, no, don't do it. It's bad. Bad idea. Uh, anyway, excuse me. Well, here's the thing. I'm not actually that interested in reviewing coffee. I like the coffee I drink. I drink this Hawaiian blend coffee that's very tasty. I'm not into taste testing coffee, but people have been saying they want something different and suggested this and said because it's another creator's coffee, that's why it would be interesting, right? No, if a Cowboy fan, I haven't had Subway since 2017. I haven't had anything from them in so long. See, Flatman B says he's in the process of trying to control the whole process, including roasting, and yes, it's his brand. Other people just said, no, it's drop shipped coffee. So what is it? I feel like we have to do more research into this before I make any decisions. That maybe the next DSP tries it for 70 goals. Is that we do a regular show and then maybe we do this later. Can I do the cologne review idea? No, because you guys made fun of it. You think that it's a joke, right? So if it's a joke, then you can laugh at it forever and I'll never do it. Because I would have done it and I bet you it would have been a good idea. At least for a few variety episodes of DSP Tries It, it actually probably would have been a really good idea to compare different colognes against each other or to review a certain one, tell you about the price point, the packaging, everything. But no, people wanted to be dicks. So because you want to be dicks, you don't get it. Fuck you. No, really, like anyone who is a dick about it, well, fuck off. I'm not doing it now. And I'll just keep all my cologne knowledge to myself. And now you get nothing. So, you lose. Good day, sir. Your fault. There you go. Coffee and cologne, a sip and spritz Sunday. There we go. I'll keep my extensive knowledge of colognes to myself, and you all can just have bad sniffing situations. Someone tipped a buck says you should try Trader Joe's frozen foods. I've had some Trader Joe's frozen food before. I haven't had a ton of the variety. They have tons there, right? It's all different like cultural foods. They have like Mexican food, Asian food, Indian food. They have all kinds of stuff, which is pretty wild to think because I think they're an American company. So I don't know what expertise they think they have making all that. But I mean, you're right. I could do that kind of stuff. If people wanted that instead of me ordering from a place, I could make something at home that's frozen. I don't know how much people would enjoy that. I don't know. All right. Well, getting back to the topic. So Ring Stop is the next reward. All right. And we're going to be doing that very soon from what we're seeing here, right? So the question now is, what should be the next DSP tries it? All right. Let's forget about Coffee Brand Coffee for now, since already we got blowback on that. I didn't even say I'm doing it yet, and people got upset. So what should be the next thing that we do? We were talking about Subway was a possibility, right? Now, Wendy's has some new stuff on the menu. McDonald's has these stupid chicken tenders. I don't know how much people are going to care about those. What else? Like, what other possibilities do we have? I'm just curious what you guys think. Hold on, I have an idea. I actually just came up with an idea in my head, and I want to see if it's viable or not. Let me check something out here. Let me see. Huh, interesting. This might work. This might actually work. I literally never thought about this before, but now this might actually be an interesting idea. Let me see if I click on this. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at all these options. Yeah, this could be very interesting. Oh, all right. I've got an idea. Something that I've never done before, but could be really interesting. All right. So, how about this? And this is way out of left field, but it might actually be interesting. What about instead of fast food, okay, what if I were to order from a different place? Like, for example, what if I were to order from like an Applebee's or a Red Robin, one of the more sit down style Americanized restaurants, but they're still chains that likely you could go to, but it's not as fast foody. Like, for example, Applebee's has a 2 for 25 deal. Now, when you order it online, it's like over 30 bucks. But I could do like a combo where you could get like an appetizer and 2 entrees, and I could try a whole bunch of their food. You see what I'm saying? Like, that might actually work. Let me take a look at also, like, I know Red Robin is around here. I'm trying to think what else is around here. Yeah, see, they do it. Yeah, I could order from like Applebee's or Red Robin or something like that. Okay. What do you think? Because, I mean, we've been doing the fast food for a long time. And you get to the point where it's like, all right, we kind of done all the fast food places around here. And every once in a while, I like to do something different and unique. And we've done some of that. We did Salty Blue. We did the meat pie place. We did Katsu Burger. But in this case, I think this would be something different because I've never really tried these, right? And I don't know if they're any. I haven't had Applebee's since I moved here 11 years ago. It was one of the first meals I had was Applebee's. It was terrible, right? But 11 years have passed. Maybe they could be better, right? And there's different places like that around here, you know? All right. People seem to be stoked for this idea, actually. Yeah. The other thing that you guys may not realize is in the United States, maybe you're not American, I don't know, because I do have a big international audience. In the United States, there is a movement to stop eating fast food because fast food has become too expensive. I mean, right now to get a combo at McDonald's, typically it's between $15 to $20. But if you go to a sit-down restaurant, a lot of the times you can also just get a whole meal for $15 to $20. That's just much better quality than the fast food. So what Americans are doing is starting this movement saying, why are we going to McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever and spending all this money when we can just get a better quality meal somewhere else for the same price? And so a lot of people are doing takeout at restaurants rather than fast food. So maybe we should do that. I think we should try this for the next one. So when we hit 60 goals, 2 more to go, we'll do Wingstop. But after that, let's figure out what I want to do. Whether it'll be Applebee's or whether it'll be like I said, like a different place. And we'll have to figure out what's local. I know there's an Applebee's. I know there's a Red Robin. Sadly, there's no Chili's. I know people always say Chili's. Chili's isn't around here. That's true. Dungeon Keeper's Mistress says, just add bacon and ranch to anything and boom, you have the Applebee menu. There you go. All right. Oh no, someone said Olive Garden. I mean, yeah, there is an Olive Garden. I don't know if they deliver. I haven't looked into it. Like we did look into Cheesecake Factory and they don't deliver. We looked into Olive Garden is just so bad. So bad. I don't know if I want to try Olive Garden. Oh yeah? They have a quesadilla burger at Applebee's. That's good, says King Furbs. Interesting. Oh, yeah, that is true. Spawn Killer says you did try Subway once, but it was in 2010. It was the breakfast. You're right. When they first got the breakfast, I wanted to do DSP Tries It on it. I've told you that, guys, the story. So. Red Lobster? When Kat first moved in with me, all right, in 2018, one of our days off, we wanted to drive out further out to some further away areas. So we drove to this other further away area, just doing some shopping and stuff, spending time together. And there happened to be a Red Lobster in the neighborhood. And we were like, you know, we haven't had Red Lobster since we've been out here. Let's try it. We went and it was, so we got like this spinach artichoke dip appetizer. And we each got a dinner. I think my dinner was like some kind of shrimp. And we got so sick. We got violently ill from eating at Red Lobster. Like, we just running to the bathroom, vomiting profusely. It was really, really bad. So since then, we haven't eaten it. And I don't think I want to eat it because it seems like it's just not very good. Okay. Well, here's the funny thing. Save Us GTA 6 says, I don't like these ideas. Why don't you go from a mom and pop shop rather than Applebee's? Everyone's had Applebee's. I haven't. I've had Applebee's once since I lived here, and it was 11 years ago. And even when I lived in Connecticut, I had Applebee's like twice. Seriously. This is actually something different for me because I never had it. I don't know if it's any good. Costco sells the mix for their Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's the only thing worth having at Red Lobster. No, we don't have any Cracker Barrels out here. Actually, my wife and I have had a Cracker Barrel, and she loved it when we ate there, and I thought it was pretty good too. But we haven't done that since our trip to Connecticut in 2019. There was a Cracker Barrel in Connecticut we ate at. Yeah, I heard that. This morning, it's on social media that apparently the pro wrestler legend Sabu has passed away. But it didn't seem to be 100% confirmed. Like people were saying it happened, but no one was 100% confirming it. So I don't know if he's passed away or not. If he has, I mean, that's a loss for pro wrestling. The guy was an absolute crazy legend with the insane amount of risk he put his body through in ECW and all over the years, you know. He definitely was an innovator of pro wrestling, that's for sure. Felipe Baxter says, I don't have Kick Chat open. See you guys. Yeah, I don't. Bye-bye, Felipe. See you later. What about Texas Roadhouse? I don't think we have we have a few barbecue / Roadhouse style places around here. We do. The problem is the pricing is insane. Like, I'm not even kidding you. If you wanted to get just like a plate of barbecue, you're talking like $50+. Okay. Already it's expensive ordering from these places. I don't know if I'm willing to drop that much money on a DSP tries it. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking, if I were to order from like a Texas Roadhouse, I'd probably spend over $100 on one meal. And I don't know how good that's going to be delivered. You know what I'm saying? Like delivery barbecue. Barbecue is meant to be experienced right there. They get it out of the kitchen. You eat it at the table. You're talking about putting it in a package and it comes to you. I've done barbecue delivery before from Famous Dave's and it always was overcooked. So I don't know if I'm willing to spend a lot of money on barbecue to get it delivered. Texas Roadhouse is just steaks. Oh, I probably wouldn't want to do that anyway. I can't eat a lot of red meat, because of my health. So I probably wouldn't even be able to do that. It's steak and it's really good. Oh, I've never had Texas Roadhouse. I don't think it's around here. No. There are steakhouses around here, but I wouldn't want to order a steak. It's something I really shouldn't be having. Bad for me. Someone took the dollars. I enjoyed when you tried more things like eating food back in the day. You should branch out. What do you mean? That I'm still doing this. DSP tries it. We're doing it. I rebooted it in the fall, and we've been doing it regularly ever since. We've had many episodes. Go check it out over on DSP Reacts if you didn't see them. There's tons of new episodes of DSP Tries It on DSP Reacts. And now with my new setup, I'm able to actually show the food up close and everything. It's actually really well done. So, oh, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had steak. I have no idea. The last time I had steak was probably as a component in another dish. It wasn't just I ordered a steak because I don't think to order steak anymore. Number one, I've told people this. So this thing is bothering me, by the way. Pillow. When you stop regularly having something as part of your diet, you actually stop thinking about it and craving it. So when I found out I had blood disease many years ago, I stopped eating red meat, or at least not entirely, but I cut most red meat out of my diet as a regular component. Now I eat a ton of turkey and chicken. In fact, today we're having a chicken-based sausage in a gumbo that my wife's making. That's our dinner, okay? So, yeah, so once I cut out red meat, basically I don't think about it anymore. I don't think about burgers. I don't think about steaks. I don't. If I'm going to get fajitas, I always think chicken fajita. I never think steak fajita. Almost never. It's just such a rarity that I have a piece of steak. So I wouldn't even want to order a steak. Ringles? I don't know what Ringles is, Ava Cowboy fan. I had Chipotle steak a few weeks back, if I want to count that. What? I had Chipotle steak? I did? What did I have Chipotle steak in? I don't remember that. I legit don't remember that. The quesadilla. Oh, yeah, Chipotle. I had a steak quesadilla. I totally forgot all about that. Yeah, okay. I completely slipped my mind that I even had that. Huh. No, pork is red meat, so I can have pork, but sparingly. How did my wife learn how to cook? Trial and error. Look up a recipe online, watch some videos, test it out for herself until she gets better. A lot of the times with the recipe she tries, the first attempt is one way, and then if it doesn't work out, she'll try it another way. This is really pissing me off. What's going on with this today? Is it just not looking right? It isn't. For some reason, it's looking, wait a minute, I'm doing the wrong one. I was trying to adjust the wrong one the entire time. No wonder it wasn't fixing. There we go. Well, duh. Okay. But anyway, yeah, it's just trial and error. Hello, Stevie. How you doing? All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of Q&A to end the show. But FYI, we've already been talking about this. The next big marathon that I'm going to do, all right, I've come up with the idea. I think you guys are really going to like the idea. All right. It's going to be, you know how I do them monthly? So if you think about it, it's going to be probably monthly. So probably early June-ish is when we're going to do the next marathon. All right. I am going to control this marathon, not you. All right. So, just so you know, FYI, but I really think you guys are going to like this idea. All right. And the thing is, if I start telling you about it now, I think I'm going to spoil it. So I actually don't want to spoil it yet. All right. But I think you guys are actually really going to genuinely enjoy this next event that's coming up well, here's the thing. I'm genuinely thinking we shouldn't do it for 100 goals hit. Okay? Because I'm thinking I want to do it in a certain time frame. Because, for example, if you remember, when we had this last marathon dictated by hitting goals, we did it middle of the week and everyone yelled at me. Oh, I didn't like that because we wanted to have it on a weekend. You didn't do it on a weekend. So I'm thinking this coming marathon will be, I will dictate the date, the time, how it's going to go down, everything that's going to happen during it. But I think you guys are going to like it. Rather than it being dictated by, oh, we hit 100 goals and we do it then, we'll just do it at a certain date. And by FYI, the date would be in June, probably early-ish June. Okay? So I'll give you more information about it as we get closer. Fair enough? So FYI, the next marathon will be probably early June. And I have a great idea for it. I think you guys are going to absolutely like it. But we're not going to dictate that it happens when we hit 100 goals. That way, it won't be, oh, the marathon randomly happens on a day no one was expecting and everyone's upset with it. Okay? Good stuff. Okay. All right. So want to do some Q&A? We have like 10 minutes left. I don't know anything about Giant Bomb going independent. You're saying Giant Bomb went independent, but remember, the last that we heard of them a week or two ago was that the company that had bought them out was basically making them do stuff they didn't want, and they were all going to walk out. Just did they walk out and form their own company? If so, good for them. If so, good for them. I don't know anything about it, though. Am I still considering a closet clean out? Yes, I am. I feel like the closet festival would be great. An event where we just hang out all day. I'm cleaning out the closet. And for every milestone of support, I'm putting on a vest or a hat per your choice. We'll do polls, right? And it retires each item. Plus, we're also getting the closet cleaned out. We'll have some food and drinks. It'll be a good event. I don't know if Kat would like a game like Raidu or not. I'd have to ask her and she'd have to look into it, I'm sure. I have no clue. Dante Inferno, don't worry. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about anything yet. This next marathon, I think is going to just go much better than the last. And I think that people are really going to enjoy it. That's all I'm going to say. All right. And then we'll go from there. How much do I think standard edition of GTA 6 will be when it releases? Probably $99.99. Do I have any snacks in the house? Yes, I do. What's my opinion on Kanye West's new song? I don't listen to Kanye West. I don't know anything about it. What's my dream car? I actually don't have one. I don't really care about cars. I've never been a car guy, and never have I really desired a car. I'm serious. I don't give a shit. I just want a car that drives well and is reliable. That's all I care about. Cracker Jack says you should always drink on your last stream before your day off. The other night was fun. We'll see because it really depends. For example, I'm never going to be drinking during Friday night fights. I need to be on my game when I'm playing competitive games. I could be drinking and trying to play a game online. That's a waste of time. So it really depends on what I'm doing. Truck Simulator was such a chill game. I mean, I didn't, it actually, I think it enhanced the experience rather than took away from it, right? I've never had caviar. No, I don't think so. I don't recall ever having caviar. Would I ever consider ordering from a Michelin star restaurant if it had stuff that appealed to me? Sure, why not? I would love to try it. I don't know how expensive it would be if it was feasible. Would I do other drinks for marathons, or is alcohol the only option? What? What other kind of drink would I be drinking? You've really confused me now. What do you want me to drink? Gasoline? Huh? Huh? Would I consider putting Indiana Jones in my game of the year for this year? I don't know. It was a fine game. I actually really enjoyed it. By the time that I finished it, I liked it way more than I thought I was going to, actually. Like coffee or other drinks, flavored drinks. What? Listen, I do drink. I drink water. Sometimes I drink a coffee. I've had other things. But what would that matter? The reason that people know and or care about me drinking during a marathon is because it makes me silly and tipsy, right? I drink and then all of a sudden I get loose and it's a different experience. None of those other drinks would do that. So why would anyone care? Anyway. Oh, it's great. Scrolled up. Hold on. I was gonna read this comment and scrolled off a kick. Get some real Italian wine and drink it on stream. I mean, there's some liquor stores with some really, high-end wine around here. I never drink wine though. I feel like if I were to spend like big money on wine, like let's say I bought $100 bottle of wine, I think that would could be completely lost and wasted on me because I don't know anything about it. I don't drink wine. So if that experience, being exposed to wine is, oh, drinking great wine, I'm not going to know the difference. I'm not going to know how to savor that flavor or how the notes are different than another wine. You know what I mean? I don't have that comparison to make. Get some wine and a charcuterie board. How do you say it? Charcuterie? I know that they make alcoholic energy drinks. That doesn't sound right to me. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want to be pumping caffeine into your body at the same time you're putting liquor in? I feel like that's a bad idea. I told you guys I would consider drinks and stuff for DSP tries it, but no one ever really cares. Like I said, we could compare different sodas and drinks. We could compare coffee. We talked about today. I even talked about liquor. If you guys recommended like different beers or liquors, we would do that. No one ever seems to like the idea. So that's why we've never really done anything like that. I don't know, Ava Cowboy fan. I don't know what's going on. I must have missed what you said. Oh, so to give you some perspective, because people are asking about my wife's taste in games. She used to really like the Assassin's Creed series, but this was before they all went open world. You know, she liked the more classic stealth-based parkour experiences, the older Assassin's Creeds. Um, she enjoyed the Mass Effect trilogy, but only the first two, not the third game. The third game she did not like. She really likes Skyrim. She's played that a whole bunch of times, but she tried playing older Elder Scrolls games and didn't really like them. She's like certain turn-based RPGs, like she liked Like a Dragon, the first one, but then Infinite Wealth she didn't like as much. She still liked it, but she didn't like it as much. Um, but more slower paced turn-based. Like she tried Dragon Quest 11, didn't like it because she said it was too slow paced and too basic, kind of. She really doesn't like games with older school graphics, like pixelated graphics and stuff. For whatever reason, it just doesn't appeal to her. There's been quite a few games that have those graphics I've suggested, and she doesn't really like them. So at this point, I guess it would be hard to say what she likes because it's not consistent. You know, like she really liked Power Wash Simulator. She's done other games like house renovations and stuff like that she's really enjoyed. She's also done things like theme park simulator games and stuff like that. But in reality, I don't think there's anything consistent anymore that she really likes because most AAA games that used to like, for example, it would have been great to say, oh, she still likes Assassin's Creed, but it's changed so much and that she doesn't like it anymore. I can't blame her for that. It's just not, I agree with her. I think Shadow sucked ass. So I don't know how you can have faith in these game franchises anymore. You just really can't, right? What's up, King Michael? How you doing, man? Oh, the weather's fine. It's gonna be springtime weather, but it's not gonna affect anything here, so there's no real reason to ask me anymore now that I have the AC in. Someone took the buck says, I order wine for Trader Joe's, and we have cheaper Italian wines if you want to check them out. Well, I don't go to Trader Joe's very often, like once in a blue moon. I don't know when the next time I would be to Trader Joe's would be, so Conscript? Conscript sounds familiar. I feel like I've played it before. Conscript? That sounds very familiar to me. Oh, never mind. No, I never played this. A top-down survival game? Looks weird. With horror elements? Huh. Never mind. I definitely never played that. Okay. I think it's time to wrap it up. So, thanks for a chill show. Thanks for some ideas, you know. We're getting some interesting ideas for the next DSP tries it. I don't think we've locked it in as of yet, but I think rather than doing full on fast food, instead doing something more like I said, like a Red Robin or an Applebee's or another restaurant of that caliber may make more sense because it'll be a different style of cuisine rather than just the fast foodie type. And we'll see if it's any good. I think that could be good for like 70 goals hit. And thanks for the nice discussion and the chill vibes. Everyone, thank you. Great episode of the Level 1 podcast today. I hope that you all enjoyed. Tomorrow, we'll talk about, obviously, how today's gameplay streams went, as well as anything else going on in game news, chill vibes, and the like. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you tomorrow on Monday for DSP Tries It. Peace out.